All right. Aloha and welcome into this. Thank you for being a part of our Paradigm Shift Central Conscious Media Co-op production meeting for Tuesday, January 9th, 2019. And of course, my name is Brendan, aka Mystic Spider-Man, Skull Avalon, Wolf Shield. And what we are doing here, this is, like I said, the Paradigm Shift Central Conscious Media Co-op, where we are coming together as a team of conscious media creators to be able to help really make some world changing content to be able to help level ourselves up as individual creators, as conscious entrepreneurs, to be able to help get our message out there, to be able to help do our sacred mission, which is a very, very powerful thing. So, of course, this is being recorded inside of our team chat, and I am joined by several other amazing creators. So, for everybody who is here for our production meeting, I'll just invite everyone to gently unmute their microphones and just say hello to the people tuned into this. So, in the
Yo,
future,
yo.
fellow
Hello.
members.
Hi,
Good
hello,
morning.
people.
Good
Hello,
morning.
lovely.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. And we'll gently just switch the mutes back on. Perfect. You guys are wild animals. Perfect. All right. So, like I said, what we're going to do through here, just review. These production meetings are something that we're having within the co-op Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The intention behind this co-op, the intention behind these production meetings is a chance for us to be able to check in, to see what we're working on as a team, to be able to connect as a community, to really be amongst that vibration of other people who are also on again, this like shared mission of becoming better creators and getting their message out there, and for us to be able to share tips and trips related to content, related to entrepreneurship, and for us to be able to get to know each other as a team. And so, what we'll be doing, I'll just go over some basic overviews as to what the co op is and what to be able to expect from it, how it functions, and also getting into some basic concepts related to the idea of media medicine, which is a very powerful phrase that we were talking about in our previous production meetings that were just not recorded. So, for everybody listening to this in the future, we'll be able to bring you up to speed. Then from there, we'll go around the circle. We'll get 3 words from everyone on just what it feels like for them to be here in this moment, to be in this excitement. And also going around again for everyone to be able to talk a little bit about 2 things that they are feeling called to create. And then from there, we'll just get into some general chit chat and questions that you might have for me or the team. And again, for anybody looking to chat one on one, you will be able to access me in my digital office after this broadcast as well. So, getting right into this, and I've explained this before, but the purpose of me explaining this again helps me because this is a very simple idea in terms of how the co op functions. And that has always been that for me, really going into 2019, has been this theme of simplifying things. Opposed to adding something more, it's a kind of about like taking out what you don't need. And through this, we've created a very, very powerful model. And so, the conscious media co op that we've created within Paradigm Shift is an exclusive platform. It's an exclusive digital space for people to be able to be a part of, people who I've perhaps known for a while or who I'm inspired to be able to work with, who I know are going to be a good fit for the team. And basically, the way how this works is that by being involved with this conscious media co op, you will be able to work alongside me as a coach and a mentor, where I will be helping assist you with learning how to level up your creation skills in relation to creating videos, video editing, video filming, writing content, creating cool posts for social media, such as Instagram, helping encourage you with like Instagram lives and how to do that, how to, again, be able to give you some direction on specific ideas that you might have for projects related to how you can be able to attract more clients and earn more prosperity, which is a very, very exciting thing for all of us to step into, because my intention in doing this is acknowledging that each and every one of us has an incredible amount of value that we have to offer, and all of us deserve to be able to receive the prosperity by being able to provide that value as a service for other people. And I know everybody here is very much, and we were kind of joking about this before we recorded, we're very much in kind of like this like, I gotta save the world kind of vibration mentality. And oftentimes we do this, and I think a lot of us have been doing this where we've really been putting ourselves out there and out there and out there, but then maybe the model wasn't set up in quite a way where we were receiving the regenerative energy required to make it sustainable. So now we're kind of getting into the mindset of like, okay, like what are some cool ways to be able to attract clients? What are some good models that we can create that will allow me to work amongst amazing people, to allow me to not have to overexert myself, and to allow me to receive more prosperity? So we'll be getting into that a little bit as we go. So by being involved in the co-op, you get to work alongside me as a mentor, which is again like that one-on-one private stuff here in the meetings online in formats. And that in itself is like incredibly valuable because that is my expertise. Like that's what I've gone to school for. That's what I've worked in the professional industry for media theory and production. And that's what I'm happy to be able to provide you guys with a service for. By being involved with the co-op, you will also be able to have your content featured through the shared platform of Paradigm Shift Central. So the main website, Paradigm Shift Central, I'm still doing some back-end work on it. We're kind of in a recalibration phase right now. But once it is ready, and it's already like this, but I just got to change it a little bit, it will function as basically you can think of it as a shared community blog, where what you would do is that for people in the in this community, in this co-op, you would have access to being able to post your content to this blog once it has been reviewed and approved. And through there, it would be a promotion to be able to link back to your content and to your services. Now, to dial into what it is that we are expecting on the main website, this is very important because what it is that I want each and every one of us to be able to focus on is the idea of creating content that is intentionally inspirational, educational, and entertaining. It should be like one or all three of those in some form or another. Now, of course, that what I am also inviting you to do is to create any content that you really feel called to create, knowing that not all of it would be expected to be posted right through the main website. So you would have your additional channels for your Instagram and your YouTube, and everybody involved in this, like having an Instagram and a YouTube is going to be mandatory in order to be able to get the full value of what it is that we're offering, because that involves us being able to link and promote and embed and everything like that. And so if there's like some stuff where you're like, I really, really feel called to create for this, but maybe, maybe this topic might not be quite fitting for the main platform, that's okay. I still want you to create that. And then you kind of pick and choose what you feel would be like a good highlight that represents you, that again invites people back into connecting with you. So everything that you post through the main website, you can think of it as that promotion. And then what I'm doing, the service that I'm providing by creating this space, is also by helping curate this content so that it can reach further people, by sharing it through my Instagram, by linking it through my bio, by sharing it through the Instagram stories, and of course, even posting it on Facebook, etc., and also newsletters. And so this is a very, very powerful model because through this, as I continue to grow my own brand, my own individual audience through Instagram, which currently is almost at about 15,000 on Instagram, which is awesome. And, there's people who've been following me and they're already engaged with what I'm doing and they really like what I'm doing. So by me being able to say, like, hey, if you enjoy what I'm doing, check out what so and so is doing, check out what my friend's doing, and we're linking right into your profile, then that's going to keep feeding more people into you. And then again, we're featuring your content through there, and you guys can help feature each other's content. So it's a very, very powerful model in that sense. And so that is really at its core what it is that you're getting. You're getting the education of me teaching you how to develop these skills, which is going to be coming more within the project. One of the ideas, just to give you an idea, is that we're going to be creating an exclusive package that will be basically videos that would be, maybe like 5-10 minute videos, depending on what it is, of me talking about specific things that will help give you some better insight on, how to do video editing, tutorials on how to create a good blog post, tutorials on how to create good content. And it wouldn't just be the technical, it would be also like the mindset behind it and the philosophy behind it. Like that's one of the things that as a creator we always have to be thinking about, and we'll talk about more about this later. Like, what is the value that we're providing the audience? Yes, this is also an authentic expression for me to be able to practice my own form of that, but what is the value that the audience is getting by reading it, by watching this? Because as a conscious creator, we really have to take a look at the media landscape right now and acknowledge the fact that most people's attention span is quite limited. So that is where what I'm helping you develop is that ability to create that engaging content, that thing that's going to be a pattern interrupt that will help you stand out. And that's going to bring people into you. They're going to help remember you. Like how many times are you scrolling through Instagram and everything looks the same? But then every now and then you'll see that one person that kind of pops out and you can really feel the heart that they're putting into it, and they'll just and that will get your attention. You're just like, ooh, I want to look deeper. I want to find out more about this person. So that's something we'll be talking about a little bit more. So again, by being involved with the co-op, you get your content to help reach a wider audience through our shared platform, through me sharing it. You get access to me as a mentor. You get to develop more of your editing skills. And of course, the other huge benefit of it is that by being in here in a co op, we are helping each other as a team, and there is the option for us to be able to collaborate and share our skills. And so you'll notice in the team chat on the Discord, I've set things up in a certain way that's going to foster this creative flow. Where, for example, if you're creating a project and you're like, hey, I really need some music. Does anybody have some music? You'll be able to find some music. And if you need some graphics, somebody can be able to help you with graphics. And if you've written something, somebody can maybe do some proofreading to be able to give you some feedback. So this is where, as a co-op, as a team, it's very, very powerful where we're kind of sharing each other's skills instead of all of us having to reinvent the wheel and start from scratch entirely, where it's just like, oh, I'd really love some guitar in this video, but I don't have 5 years to learn how to play guitar. Oh, but so and so knows how to play guitar and they've already released some tracks online. I can use those. I can incorporate that. And so to give you an understanding, and I'll just go through this in a bit and then we'll move right into the next part. What we'll also be creating is a shared online library of files. This would be essentially a Google Drive, and through there would be folders, and you go through this folder, and through there you would find like standard graphics, standard music, animations, things that you could incorporate into your content that has value, that has been supplied by community members as well. So it's very, very cool what it is that we're able to create here together. So that's essentially the basis. And then again, what is expected from individual community members, this is where you guys get to utilize the space as much as you will, as much as you choose to. And of course, like what I've created, and those of you who are familiar, we've created this model, and I'm telling you this because I want you to echo this within your own work, because there's a huge message here about owning your vibration and owning your self-worth. We set things up in a model here where, by people being involved with this co-op, we've created it so that people can be involved with a monthly contribution of $10 to $1,000. And so whatever everyone is paying individually for their involvement in the co-op is entirely private. And knowing that that amount is going to be unique for different people, because money has a different ratio for different people. Like $20 to one person might be $200 to another. But for me, being able to set it at that value of 1,000 per month is me owning my vibration of acknowledging the value that we are creating, that I am offering, even as an individual coach, and creating that space for the universe to be able to bring people who also match that and who can see that as well. So, in that sense, like, it really is only a matter of time until there will be people who will be able to contribute that level. And again, for me, that option of being able to create that opens up more prosperity for the team. And just to plant the seed, and some of you heard me talking about this, what I want to be able to create in the future is also the idea of being able to have like conferences, being able to literally like rent out a hotel for a weekend, invite you guys up to Toronto and have a conference where we're gathering as creators and where we're presenting our content. We can almost even do like a little like paradigm shift mini film festival where we're like highlighting videos and things. So obviously, these ideas are still kind of formulating, but the potential is there. I see other people who are coaches and who are content creators, and they're doing those. They're doing these retreats and things like that. So that is within our realm of possibility. And that's a target that I have for myself, because yes, that excites me. Yes, there's value in that. And yes, in order for me to do that, it involves me really stepping into my own value. So that is just, again, an example of kind of like how things work here and everything. And just again, for everyone here, so they understand how the reciprocation of that is expected and everything. And again, it's going to be different for everyone. And there are going to be like some people, and this is, not putting names, and there's no shame in this, but there are going to be some people who are early on into their business endeavors, and they're just like, hey, like I can only afford a minimal amount per month. And for me, that's okay, because I'm here working with each of you because I value what it is that you're creating, and I want to support you, and I want to help you reach that prosperity that you deserve. And then, of course, as you're leveling up your prosperity, eventually you'll get to the point where you'll be like, sweet, now I can easily afford like $20 or $30 a month, and then it kind of reciprocates this model. So it's very, very powerful in that way to be able to create that space. And again, the one word that kind of relates to what we're creating as a co-op can also be thought of as an incubator. You'll kind of hear this term related, where it's like a startup incubator, an entrepreneur incubator. That's kind of what it is that we're creating, where people kind of come here, they work as a team, and then through there, they all grow. And so everyone who's involved here essentially is in some way already an entrepreneur, maybe if they haven't even fully called themselves that. But that is what I feel is what is needed moving forward for the future, is for all of us to be able to, again, be able to receive the sovereignty that we deserve to be able to fulfill our life purpose and our life mission of being able to create what we're passionate about and being able to provide that service for others. So that's like a very powerful thing. And again, I'm super honored to be able to help each of us continue to support each other in unlocking that. That's super, super amazing. So again, if I was trying to sell someone on what it is that we're offering here, essentially what I'm selling them is is the idea of their sovereignty, their freedom, their creativity, their potential. So that's where you can understand that by being involved with this co-op, it's an investment in yourself. By you choosing to be here, you're getting out of it what you put in. And so, just as a quick thing that I just want to be able to mention, and then we're going to get right into the thing, because I want to always be able to give you guys not just conscious media ideas, but also mindset ideas, things that I've been learning through my own coaching experience from other coaches as well, but just to get you guys starting to think about a certain degree of things. One of the first things that I want to just be able to mention is that, as a coach, if a lot of you here are thinking about being coaches and things like that, and a lot of you are really narrowing towards that, which I think is very powerful because there's a lot of prosperity there. There's this idea that what you are doing as a coach, you are essentially solving specific problems or creating specific outcomes. So, what you need to think about is again, what problems can I solve? What specific outcomes can I create? And so, as an individual who's doing some coaching, that problem that you're solving might be helping somebody else get through their own self-limiting beliefs. That outcome that you're providing is helping them step into their own prosperity. So you can kind of see how, like, literally what I'm helping you guys with is what a lot of you are going to be helping other people with. And it's kind of like this ripple effect. And I think, and I want you to actually be able to learn. And this is something that we'll get into later, but I want you to even kind of acknowledge the model that we've created here as a community and understand, like, I'm literally giving you permission to do this because it's a powerful idea to think about how what we are creating here can actually be replicated for your own community. Say for example, you're offering, you're branding yourself, you're a content creator, you're creating yourself as this leader of this micro community online, and you're providing your service as a conscious creator. What you could do, quite literally similar to what we're doing, is again, instead of focusing on 100 individual sessions each month, which can totally drain you, and that's a lot of energy. What you can instead focus on is the idea of being able to bring on, like, say, 10 clients at a high monthly rate. So if you get 10 people a month who are paying like $200 to have access to you as a personal coach, that's a bunch, that's like $2,000 right there. So instead of like constantly trying to like get out to more and more people, if you just focus on perhaps the people who already in your inner circle, there's value there already. And that's a big thing where a lot of us, we get into this mindset where we think that in order to be successful as an entrepreneur, we have to have 10,000 people, we have to have 100,000 people, we have to have more and more people seeing our stuff. That's not necessarily true at all. In fact, it is not true at all. Essentially, you could literally have like 500 or 1,000 people following you on Instagram right now. And out of that, you can and you will find 10 people who do want to work with you. And again, just being able to set that vibration, own your self worth, set that value. Just me saying these ideas for you, you're just like, whoa, like, like, I never thought about that before. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, that's a powerful idea. So, even in the sense of us creating this Discord server here, nothing is stopping you from each and every one of you here from creating your own Discord server, understanding the value. And that is something I'll teach you on. I'll teach you how to be able to set that up, how to be able to set it up in a similar format where you're giving the permissions, where you're giving the access to people on that level. And again, just from there, being able to really focus on like those one-to-one relationships, but also really focusing on what it is that you are offering and how that is going to help you be able to maintain your own energetic vibration that is going to serve you. And I'll just say this just for clarity, because I want you to understand it, because I want you to think about this for yourself, is that, for me, what I'm offering each of you, I am offering each of you my expertise, like as a conscious media creator, coach, mentor. That is my focus right now. Of course, within that, I will be kind of offering in, the spiritual, metaphysical, lifestyle perspectives. But I want each of you to understand that when you guys come into my office, into my like my digital office that I have available, it's with an expectation that you're not just necessarily coming to me because you're just like, hey, Brendan, like, can you help me work through some shadow trauma? Can you help me work through, like healing this like deep wound that I have from a relationship that I just got out of and stuff like that? And I'm not trying to say that, like I'm closed off to that and I, I want nothing to do with it, but there is just this expectation that, that's not quite the energy that I'm offering. But at the same time, what's great about this co-op is that there are other people within this co-op who may be the better person to talk to, who may be someone who might be focusing on, that like healing from past relationships trauma or something like that. That might be what you feel called to. And maybe, obviously that's come out of your own experiences. So again, there's all these different kind of archetypes and healing modalities and stories that we as coaches can kind of narrow in on. You could literally just kind of talk about, I want to create a package that would help people activate themselves into being like a badass priestess, or something like that. Or I want to focus on, teaching people about like sexual transmutation, or I want to help people, like learn how to do like flowetry, or, and even just helping other people create as well. So you can start thinking about that. Like, what is the value that you have to offer? Because you do have that value. And so what I was going to say, and again, this is just what I want to get into. There's always more to talk about, but I want to pass the talk and stick around. Is when it comes to leveling yourself up, when it comes to being a conscious creator, it's not just how you show up at the computer. It literally is how you show up each day with a routine. Because when it comes to developing skills, it's not so much this idea that, oh, like, how did that person get so good? How did they get so good? Like, oh, they must be born with it. There must be a God given gift. The true answer is to where skill actually comes from routine and diligence. And that is actually like what you can start building at any given point. And so that's why, for everybody here in the co-op, I am giving you this as homework, literally as homework, to really start paying attention to your sleep patterns, really start paying attention to your sleep schedule. Set the intention to go to bed earlier and to wake up earlier and get those extra hours in the day where you're creating a routine for yourself, where, you're checking your phone first thing right away, where you're taking time to journal, to reflect. And I'm going to give you guys some journal prompts in the upcoming production meetings that are going to really help you lay things out, and also to be able to meditate, and then again, get some fresh air. These are all kind of obvious things, but a lot of us have kind of sunk into these weird habits where that's not where we're at right now, and that's okay. But once we start developing these routines, that pattern of how we wake up and how we go to sleep affects the productivity, affects the mindset that we carry with us throughout the entire day. And so again, just creating this space where that you're amongst other people that are on the shared mission, that are also developing these patterns. And then I want this because, I'm investing my time, we're investing in each other, and I want you to be able to succeed in the best way possible. So just being mindful of that, what are these little tweaks that you can change? And so one other thing that I'll just mention real quick, and again, this will be a big thing, but I want to mention this to you guys and give this to you as a homework assignment today. Actually, is to start taking cold showers. And I'm not telling you to take a cold shower for the entire duration, but I want you to understand that the purpose behind taking a cold shower is, yes, in addition to it actually being good for the body because it kind of opens things up and it oxygenates the body and it releases cortisol, and it's like, it's a very just kind of, it can be like a boost. Like, instead of drinking coffee in the morning, if you were to take a cold shower, you would essentially kind of get the same effect, right? But more so understand the concept and the mindset behind cold showers, because essentially what you're doing is you are learning how to step into something uncomfortable with intention, knowing that it's not going to kill you, but it's actually going to make you stronger. And this is like this, what I'm telling you is so valuable right now. And this is where, again, like what I'm offering you guys, so valuable. So thank you for being here. But understand that, when you intentionally create stress for yourself, then the universe will be less likely to throw unexpected stress at you. So listen to that closely. If you're just going about things super casual, easy, not really challenging yourself, then one day the universe is going to throw you this freaking curveball, and it's just going to be like, oh my God, I have to deal with this and there's no way of avoiding it. But if each day you're kind of, taking more time to exercise, doing things creatively, that's stretching your boundaries, doing things like taking cold showers, doing things that are changing your sleep patterns and your routines, doing things where you're observing your impulsive behaviors from the past, these little things where you're kind of intentionally stressing yourself in a healthy way, is actually going to help de-stress your entire life. So the idea behind taking a cold shower is literally observing how you show up. That is actually a microcosm reflection of how you are showing up each and every day for your work. So if you can show up for a shower, and again, it doesn't have to be a cold shower the entire time. Start with a regular lukewarm or whatever, and then turn it to cold, maybe for like the last like 30 seconds if you're okay with that, and then work your way up each day. Maybe